Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another live episode of AfroLink Expert Live. I'm your host, Kumbirai Chpadza. Tonight we have three female founders from Africa who are doing a lot of impact on the continent. And first up, we have from Uganda, Lysandra Chen Idusso, the founder of Bringo Fresh. Lysandra, welcome to AfroLink Expert Live. Hello. Yeah, we seem to have lost Lysandra there. Just give us a few minutes as we get her back online. We continue to count down to the AfroLink Global Conference 2020 as we celebrate the 5th anniversary of AfroLink. This year, for a change, is going to be a virtual event, meaning that from all over the world, we can be able to reach you. Please go on to the AfroLink website for ticketing prices, as well as for those that would like to participate. We're looking forward to startups, entrepreneurs, venture capitalists, business angels, corporates, organizations from the ecosystem, the EU and Africa tech and entrepreneurship ecosystem. So please visit our AfroLink, www.afrolink.com website to see more details about the conference. As we mentioned last week, the AfroLink Expert Live has now taken a new direction, whereby we are now focusing on the top 50 Africa Impact Startups 2020. So each week we show some nominations, some nominees that have been nominated. And this week, that is why we have the three ladies, the three female founders from Uganda, Zambia, and Ghana. I hope now that we have Lysandra back on the show so that we can also proceed. Hi, Lysandra. Yeah, she's still not on the line. We also have, please also continue to put in through your nominations. The team behind will also send a link whereby you can nominate the impact startups that you would like to nominate from across the continent. The startups that you think are making an impact, especially this year with the recent COVID situation. Our 5 categories that we are also trying to look a lot in is health, fintech, agriculture, logistics, and digitalization and e-learning. So please nominate the startups that have been making an impact within your own communities as well. Thank you very much. To those just joining us, welcome to another show of AfroLink Expert Live. I'm your host, Kumbirai Chpadza. We're just waiting for our first nominee, that is Lysandra Idusso. I think because of the difficulties that she's having, we might as well proceed to our second nominee while we wait for Lysandra. So to the AfroLink team, could we please go to the second nominee? Yeah, and already some of our viewers, we've got Pride Mafede, he says watching from Harare, Zimbabwe. Hi, Pride. How is Harare, the capital of Zimbabwe? We have Tatenda Chajga watching from Pietermaritzburg. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us for another episode of AfroLink Expert Live. We're still waiting for our guests. I think we're having a bit of technical hitches, but yeah, very soon they'll be on the show. Keep the nominations coming. I think the AfroLink team will be putting out the nomination link just now so that you can also put the nominations of the startups that are making an impact within your own constituency, within your own communities. We are waiting for our first speaker, our first guest for tonight, that is Lysandra Idusso. To all the startups that are watching, to all our viewers, The Afrolink Conference 2020 is a different kind of conference. It's going to be a virtual event, meaning that you can tune in from the comfort of your own home. You can meet global speakers, global experts, speakers, and influencers. So make a date with Afrolink from the 21st to the 25th of September. It will be an Europe Africa week with many functions. Uh, yes, we're now back on track. Hello, Henrietta.
Okay. Hi. Can you hear me clearly now?
Yeah, thank you. Sorry for that. Yes, I can hear you clearly. And can you hear me
Yes,
clearly?
can be right. Yeah, I can hear you.
Nice. Yeah, so sorry for that glitch, but let's go
Okay.
ahead. To our viewers, our first nominee for tonight is Henrietta Adjetey.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Henrietta Adjetey is the founder of Brand E that's
Yeah.
been making a lot of noise on social media. She's been standing out. I mean, we've also seen her a lot as well, encouraging startups during this Corona period as well. So, Henrietta, over to you. Tell us
Yep.
who's Henrietta and what is Brand E? Thank you.
Okay, so Henrietta, I am a graphic designer and an entrepreneur. I run a branding and packaging business called Brand E, like you said, where we make high quality and eco-friendly packaging. So we make paper bags, paper boxes, paper wrappers, and just packaging that gives option to people who are concerned about, saving the environment. So instead of plastic, we look for options regarding packaging that can be made from paper. Yeah. So basically, that's what we do here at Brandy. Also, aside running a business, I have a YouTube channel called Entrepreneur Extra O, where I make videos on entrepreneurship and self development. So, yeah, that's a little bit about me. If we have to go a little personal, I like hobbies, I like to read, I love to travel. And then, yeah, I just love anything that makes me feel light.
Hello? Yes, so yeah, I mean that for me, that has been the yes, I'm there. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I was saying for me that was the interesting part when we saw the nomination for you, because we went and sort of like looked at Brand E, what you are doing with
Okay.
the packages and the branding.
Mm,
But to be honest
yeah.
with you, it was actually more exciting when you saw the social media channel that you're using and also what you're
Yeah.
doing for the entrepreneurs. I'd like to take a
Mm,
moment as well to continue on that. I mean, what inspired you to become a social commentator? What inspired you to be able to be a person who's at this juncture, at this time, and a certain time for the world? You have been come out as a voice that is speaking to entrepreneurs, speaking to startups, just being that person that
mm.
encourages people. I mean, you're a young person. Where is the wisdom coming from?
I like to say I started on running my business, or I branched into entrepreneurship right from school, right from campus. I knew that, this is something I could do, and this is something I would like to go into full time. So I just sort of went into it with very little preparation, with very little knowledge, very little insight. And so I like to say, I've made a lot of mistakes along the way. I have corrected quite a number of them and still learning. And I feel that, like any young person who's probably just starting up or just in a few years with their business, looking back a few years ago, if I had that kind of knowledge, if I had like an avenue or like a platform where I could go to and say, where it says, if you're starting your business, this is what you do and this is what you do, it would have been more beneficial to me. I would have known how to go about stuff. If I'm seeing another young person, telling me what to watch out for and what to ignore and what to go on with, it'll be helpful to me. So that's one of the things that I would say motivated me to start talking about entrepreneurship and start showing various ways in which young people can just get better with our personal development. So that's how come the Entrepreneur Extra O channel is there. I've talked about some mistakes that I made starting my business, like trying to sell everybody. I thought everybody should be my customer, which is totally absolutely wrong to think that way. I got pricing wrong to starting my business. I got quite a number of things wrong, and I've created videos out of these things to help people who are just starting businesses and might not have come across some resources. So hopefully the channel um, helps such people out there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. I think that's quite inspired, and I mean, some of us already we have been helped from what you're saying because these are uncertain times, these are unsure times. I think what you
Mhm.
also allude to is more. It's also mentorship. You talked about you didn't have someone who was able to mentor
Mhm.
you through the various stages as
Yep.
you're starting your business, and this is a
Yeah.
good thing. We're going to talk offline about this because Afrolink also has a mentorship program that we have begun, which is both north to south
Yeah.
mentorship as well as south to south mentorship. So it's something that we hope can also
Okay.
help a lot of young people across the continent as well. Yes.
Okay.
So what inspired you as well in terms of brand E? When we looked at your packaging that you use, it's also eco-friendly. I mean,
Mhm.
what way does that come from? Is it just because it's the in thing, or it's something that has to do with what you stand for?
Definitely what I stand for. So, as far as the packaging is concerned, why I chose paper. So I'll say two things for me. One is that I want to help startups, brand and package their products in a globally appealing way. And especially here in Ghana, you see a lot of great products. For example, you see our local fruits or nuts, or just local foods that are like really, really nice, taste nice. But when you look at the packaging, like the packaging is totally off, but the product is good. So brand E comes in as the go-to, that I have this great product, but I want to package it in such a great way that if I go to ShopRite or I go to the mall and I see another foreign brand on the shelves, somebody should be able to take the product that's coming from Ghana or from Africa, because it's standing at par with the one that's probably coming from Germany or from the UK or anything. So I just want to be, that kind of person that helps people to brand their product or package it in that globally appealing way, that somebody's not going to say, I'm going to pick the one coming from outside because it looks more big and it looks nice and all of that. So that's a gap that I'm trying to bridge. And then secondly, also just helping people to um, choose better packaging as far as the environment is concerned. I remember trying to niche down to go into paper packaging. One of the things that really got me to go there is a research that I read by the Ellen MacArthur Foundation, which says that if we continue to use plastic the way that we are doing, by 2050 we'll have more plastic in the ocean than fish. And I remember, like, as a young person starting my business, I was like, wow. Then it was just graphic designing for me. And I thought that if I could use my business, if I can, get Brandy to just go into paper, no plastic, no nothing, that is just one way, one small way that's going to make sure that this thing does not happen, that by 2050 we don't have more plastic in the ocean than fish. So yeah, two reasons for me. One, to help people brand and package their products in a globally appealing way. And second, to help our environment. Because if you live here in Ghana, Accra, for example, just one rain and then you see all the plastic come out, the plastic bags, plastic, everything, and then that, wow, we need other options aside plastic so that we can have a cleaner environment and have just a better environment for everybody. So these are my two main motivation as far as doing what I'm doing is concerned.
Okay. Yeah, that's quite interesting, and thank you very much for that as well. Because I mean, it's also nice to see that there are young people are also aware of the consequences of continuing use of plastic, and it's also great
Absolutely.
that we have young people on the continent advocating for this as well. Then the last question before you go,
Thank you.
Henrietta, the Angela Merkel moment.
Yeah.
The Angela Merkel moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us how does this feel?
It feels
Yeah,
amazing, trust me. It does.
take
Is
us through
this
take us
is
through the moment.
so just when I knew she was going to be here, I mean, I got chosen. I think we were about 12 or 13 entrepreneurs from Ghana. Not so sure with the number, but quite a few of us got the opportunity to have the exhibition and to have an interaction with her. And then I knew that, oh my goodness, I have to do something spectacular, so that it will not just make me remember this moment, but to get her excited as well. And I was so glad that when she got to my stand, she was like, wow. I mean, she took the bag and even asked if she could keep it. And of course, I said yes. I said yes, she could keep it. So this bag hopefully is sitting on her table somewhere. But I think the next day somebody called my mind to the fact that they had posted it on her Instagram handle. She had posted it on a social media. I was like, oh my goodness. So honestly, like just thinking about it, and it looks like somebody even told me in Germany, like, this is, you're sitting here like it's nothing. This is such a big deal. Even when you're a German, you don't get to have that kind of close contact with Angela Merkel. So this is quite huge. And I was like, it means a lot to me, honestly. When I think about it, I'm like, it's just like those her moments for me. Like it really means a lot to me to have met her, to have experienced that moment.
Yeah, I can only imagine, but
Yeah, seriously.
but I'm still disappointed in you because you should have sold the bag to her.
What?
You should, as an entrepreneur, you should have sold the bag to her. Then afterwards, you should have then called them the Angela Merkel bags. So everyone was supposed to then buy them because you would have called
Oh
them the
my
Angela Merkel bags.
goodness.
Anyway, we only have
Thank you for
15
the
minutes, so
idea.
we've run out of
Thank
time.
you, sure. It's fine. It's
We
fine.
have run
Thank
out
you
of
so
time,
much.
Henrietta. Thank you very much for coming
Thank you.
onto the show. We wish you the
Thank
best
you.
on the nomination. Hopefully, on the 25th of September, you'll be part of the top 50 startups. And
Right.
stay strong, be safe during this time. Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much to our viewers. That was Henrietta Adjetey, the founder of Brand E. Wow, I wish I can also have a moment with Angela Merkel. Secondly, we have now, I hope this is correct, we have Evelyn Kaingu, the CEO of Lupiya Loans from Zambia.
Hey, Kumbirai.
Hi, 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 Evelyn. How are you doing?
Good. I'm doing well, thanks. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. Fine, thank you. Well, you look the CEO part, eh?
Oh, is it great? I'm glad I do. I hope I do.
Okay. So, how's it in? I come from Zimbabwe, so but a lot of people from Zambia, they call it Z. How's Z?
Exactly. Zed's good. Starting to get into the warm
Yeah.
weather now, so it's really awesome right now. Weather's good. Uh, Economy not so much, but we're still okay. We're doing okay. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us, Evelyn. And firstly, I would like to say congratulations for being nominated to be one of the nominees for the Top 50 Africa Impact Startups 2020, a program that we launched this year as AfroLink.
Thank you.
So over to you. Please tell us who's Evelyn and what is Lupiya Loans?
Okay.
Yes.
So my name is Evelyn Kaingu, and I am the founder and CEO of Lupiya. I'm passionate about digital financial services, particularly women financial products. This is what has pretty much become my passion now. I love to experiment with technology ever since I discovered what it was and how we can use this space to fill in the gaps that financial services can't fill in for certain demographics. And so I'm really focused on making a lot of specialized products for a couple of market segments, particularly women, because this is like my strong suit. So that's about me, I suppose. That's what I like, passionate about. And moving into Lupiya, we are a fintech startup that provides microloans to individuals, small businesses, and specifically women micro entrepreneurs. So it's a digital financial platform that's accessed online. Our products are accessed on our website, as well as I'll probably say 5% physically. And yeah, that's pretty much what Lupiya is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that introduction. I mean, we are also, as AfroLink as well, we also advocate for empowering women and young people. And thank you for putting your part as well on that. My next question is more, it's not easy, especially in Africa, in terms of empowering women because of our culture, and it's taking a longer time to get to bridge that. As Lupiya, which is a core part of what you guys do, what are the challenges that you find in terms of empowering women?
I mean, so again, women have really been excluded from financial products just because they hail from places where they either lack the financial literacy or the capacity, or well, I would pretty much say they don't have any basic backing in terms of can they access financial services. And so a lot of that is always around designing products that can then basically fit into these demographics. So again, it's a lot of, can we explain the actual product? Can they actually understand this product? Can they then understand what the responsibility is to even access this sort of financial services? And so I think a lot of it just borders around financial literacy, and they have it. And so that's pretty much what it is. That's pretty much one of the biggest challenges with women.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we've also seen during the COVID situation across the world that women leaders are the ones that have risen to the challenges. If you look at the countries that have stood tall during the COVID crisis, it's all mostly women-led. So more power to women. I think we are better off with our mothers in charge. Just to go back to our viewers, we have Obadamilola Awela, she's watching from Berlin. Melanie Keita says hi from Frankfurt. Hi, Melanie, how are you? John Jabarasa, hello from Kampala. Hello, John, who are all with the partner. We also have Tatenda Chigampa following from Zimbabwe. Thank you. Sorry for that. My next question now to you, Evelyn, is that you guys started in 2015, and what are the challenges that you've mostly met across the way since you started in 2015?
I mean, Kumbirai, if you talk about challenges, there's so many to mention. I'm just going to steal the whole time on the show. But notably, one of the big ones would be access to finance, major, big challenge. Secondly, I think I'd attribute it to, I'd want to say a lot of, so I mean, in the space that we operate in the country, there's not so much regulation around it. So it's for a long time, a lot of things couldn't be done because it was a very unregulated space and not exact written law for how we could operate as a business. I mean, so and then if we boil down to everything else, it'll be a lot of expertise, not doing things correctly, learning. Rushing into a quick buck and trying to make sure that we generate as much revenue and not, being more risk averse, especially in a business like ours. So, I mean, there'll be a lot of challenges there, but notably would be access to financing and regulation in our regard. Yeah. Kumbirai, are you there? Hello?
Sorry.
Kumbirai, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can get you now, yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah. So, I mean, I was coming to something about that. Well, you talked about lack of access to finance, access to capital.
Yeah.
So here we are. We get the notification that there's this company called Lupiya Loans in Zambia.
Right.
Then I go there. We go to Lupiya Loans, and the next thing we see that Lupiya Loans has been given $1 million US. I like the figure a lot. $1 million US.
Correct.
Take us through that.
I mean, Kumbirai, like you said, we started 2015. I would say 2016, just because we started in December. I mean, from then on, we started with very little capital and wanting as much as possible to get to a point where we're investment ready. And I mean, the focus for us at inception was always to just start, generate as much revenue, and by the third year, we knew that we were going to be at a certain level where we thought we were going to be then looking for investments. And so coming into the third year, as much as we would apply for as many opportunities as possible out there. So I mean, a lot of them were rejected opportunities. And so I mean, we saw an open call from Enigma, and we went ahead and applied for it. We got shortlisted, and so with that process came, I mean, the steps that for any investment company or any VC would be looking to take was we then went into a boot camp just to refine our models, to be aligned with our partners into what they're thinking, what we're thinking, and how best we can merge together as partners and as a company as a whole. And so after the bootcamp, we went through due diligence, and due diligence is the usual. Can we provide the financials? Can we back up what we are claiming? How much revenue are we generating? So it's the usual VC questions. And I mean, we emerged victorious. Enigma felt they could come on board as a partner, and that's how the investment happened. And we're here today with a solid partner to take Lupiya forward.
Okay. Wow, that's wonderful. I mean, congratulations to you and the team. I mean, people often think entrepreneurship is very easy. You talk about it, it's 16 basically, and
right.
This stage now. I think my final question before we go is that the impact,
right.
Coronavirus. People are not being. Most of our people in Africa, informal entrepreneurs, so to speak. People are not working. People are not access to money, access to finance. What role have you guys played as Lupiya during this COVID situation during 2020 that you can say you're making an impact in the community and in the country of Zambia?
Okay. So Kumbirai, first things first, I mean, when COVID hit, at the time, Lupiya was 70% online and 30% physical interactions, so with customers. And so the one biggest thing that we had to do immediately was to pivot to be completely online. I mean, I would say 5% is still accessing our products physically. But so with that pivot, it meant that we were then, first things first, be able to be concerned about the welfare of people, our employees as well, because of that interaction. So being online meant that we could then access and reach our target markets and consumers, customers online completely. So we were able to then automate our loan process completely online. So, I mean, and then one of the things we've also just deliberately done, because if a few players went into that space to be able to access financing in these particular regions. And so what we've done a lot for women in this regard is that Zambia is big for village banking. I don't know if people are aware of what that is. And so we are able to then support these groups virtually into their locations. So ideally, these groups would come into a group gathering and then be able to transact. So now we have a platform where these individuals can then actually access our platform in their own in the comfort of their homes and be able to transact as usual. And so this is what I would probably attribute one of the biggest impacts that we've been able to create is to foster the continued participation of women in these communities to still access financial services without creating any risk to themselves, their families, and to their colleagues as well. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Evelyn. Unfortunately, we only had 15 minutes. We didn't have too much time.
Yeah.
But before you go, we have a lot of the programs that we do with AfroLink, we do with women and young people. And I know a lot of them are watching right now. And some of them are also in Southern Africa. And I saw you written there that you guys want to make an impact in SADC. So are there opportunities for women in business within SADC, not necessarily in Zambia alone, but we have people, I know Mrs. Wende is watching from Namibia. She wants to hear, can something happen? I know Lindy is watching in South Africa. She wants to hear, is there anything? I know Tofara is watching from Zimbabwe. Oh, so we have a big community across Southern Africa. Do you guys have any plans of expanding into Southern Africa as well to cater for the women that are in business in Southern Africa?
Yes, I mean, the plan has always been to to enter the sub-Saharan region and try and provide our services there. And one of the biggest things about pivoting online completely is to then prepare that strategy into to then be able to penetrate other regions. And so a lot of what we're doing now is a lot of piloting, a lot of testing our products and refining the models. And so we are not yet in the SADC region, just Zambia, but then you will definitely see Lupiya in the next 2 to 3 years in the region.
Okay.
Yeah.
Evelyn, thank you very much. Once again, hopefully you'll be part of the top 50 come the 25th of September when we are going to announce the top 50 listing for 2020. But to you and the team at Lupiya, I say congratulations, well done, and keep it going.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me, Kumbirai. Thank you.
Okay, cheers. There you had it. That was Evelyn, the co-founder of Lupiya Loans. And maybe if you didn't hear properly, I said these guys recently got $1 million US. Yes, you heard that correctly. 1 million. We have Lysandra. So I think we tried earlier on and didn't go well. So we'll try again. Hello. Hello, Lysandra. So I think for a minute. So we're still waiting for Lysandra in Uganda from the co-founder of Bringo Fresh. Hi, Julia. While waiting for Lysandra, could you please come and tell people what's going to be happening during the AFOLIN conference? Hi, Lysandra.
Hi, Kumbirai. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Finally.
Yes, it has decided.
Yes. How's it over? Are you in Kampala?
Yes, I'm in Kampala right now.
Yes. How is Kampala tonight?
Kampala is it's very cool. It's been raining the past few days, so tonight is very nice and cool.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Lysandra. Firstly, congratulations on being nominated to be as the nominee for the top 50 impact startups for 2020. And I think firstly, please just go ahead and tell us about Lysandra as well as Bringo Fresh.
Okay, thank you so much, Kumbirai. Thank you for having us. My name is Lysandra Chen Idusso. I'm the co-founder and PRO stroke marketing manager for Bringo Fresh. Bringo has been around since 2018, so this is our second year. We're actually going into our third. And for those who do not know what Bringo Fresh does or who Bringo Fresh is, well, I'll just break it down very easily for you. Bringo Fresh is an e-commerce platform and also a logistics company, and we help farmers and families to reduce food waste and enhance nutrition in Uganda currently, but very soon we're going to be spreading out to the rest of East Africa. So we source food, fresh food, primarily from smallholder farmers, and then we sell it to our food buyers via the website. That's basically what Bringo Fresh does.
Okay.
So our website is www.bringofresh.com.
Okay. Thank you very much for that introduction on Bringo Fresh. I mean, I also like the name Bringo Fresh. It's a catchy name. Yeah. So our second question to you is that
yes, bring and go.
Bring and okay, wow, okay. Even better now.
Yeah.
So how do you guys do in terms of the farmer, the consumer? What is your role within the value chain? What do you guys do in practice?
Okay. All right. So basically what happens in Uganda a lot is farmers don't practice contract farming. So they will just have a piece of land and they will get seeds and just farm whatever it is good for their soil. So you can take an example of a tomato farmer who plants 2 acres of tomatoes. That's what he has. That's what he does. So the middleman comes to the gate, to the farm gate, and takes this produce when it's ready at whatever price is set in the market, but a little lower. And the farmer sells off the produce and sometimes holds back because he believes that a better offer is coming. Very often a better offer doesn't come. So what happens is a lot of that food goes to waste on the farm. It just basically stays in the field or it's harvested and rots. And this is contributing to greenhouse gases. It's generally food waste. And when we're living in a country where 67% of the population go hungry per year, that just really doesn't make sense. So we take the food from the farmer, and primarily we deal with smallholder farmers. We do have some large farmers across the country because we've registered so far 40,000 farmers. So we do have some large farmers, but right now we're not doing export. So the large farmers, we're not connecting with them all the time. But the smallholder farmers, greenhouse farmers, and also backyard farmers, urban farmers, those are the ones that we buy from on a daily. And then everything is listed on the website. We have fruits, we have vegetables, dairy products. We have partnerships with two of the largest dairies, and we're currently signing on a small boutique cheese maker. We have meat, that is fish, chicken, beef, pork, goat, and rabbit. Eggs, and we also have bread. So we take from these producers and farmers, and we sell via the website. So we're the new middleman. The difference between us and the rest is we do train our farmers. We give them best practice. We teach them how to be organic, and we also provide them with seeds so that their product is traceable. And that is in preparation for the day when we do expand and go into export.
Okay. Exciting. I mean, yeah, like you said, the new middleman has to be someone with a digital platform. That is the new normal now. Again, we are waiting for you guys to get into export, because once you decide to come to access to market, that's where you connect with AfroLink. Just to remind you and your customers as well that AfroLink is having their conference on the 21st to the 25th of September, and there are opportunities for such organizations like yourselves that are looking into the export market as well. I think my next question now is more in terms of, I know you guys went through, you are connected as well through the NTF4. So my question now is, what value do such organizations help? Because just now we had Evelyn in Zambia. She talked about going through a boot camp, and from that boot camp came in as well an investor. And you guys are also working with NTF4. So what role do these kind of organizations or opportunities play in terms of getting your business scaling up?
Right. NTF4, working out of Innovation Village in Tinda, Uganda, in Tinda, Kampala. They are such a key partner to have as a startup, because they link each startup to so many training programs, giving you free knowledge of things that you must know, fundamentals that you must know of business. And especially operating in the startup ecosystem, it's very different from just having a business. So they have given us several trainings, not repeating any, but investor readiness trainings on various levels. They have so many different classes and programs running on a monthly basis. I know right now it has slowed down because of COVID, because most of the trainers and teachers that they've had over the years have been from abroad. Come in and do the trainings, and we can't even measure, it's immeasurable, the amount of knowledge that we've gotten from here, because we have learned how to market our product, we have learned how to organize our books, we have learned how to pitch various types of pitches. We've learned how to design business models. People who came in with just an idea, startups who came in to NTF4 with just an idea now have working businesses. So I really can't measure how NTF4 is to the startup community.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so good work to my friend John and the rest of the NTF4 team over in Uganda there. My next question now is more towards your nomination and towards the impact. I mean, the COVID situation, no one had envisaged that we'll be in this position now. Everything ground to a halt. People had to pivot their businesses, think again, how do they do business, to communication, everything. What impact have you guys as Bringo Fresh had in terms of from your smallholder farmers to the consumer? What impact are you having on the ground?
Well, when COVID hit in March, mid-March, it hit us pretty hard. No one could have expected the measures, the lockdown measures that were put into place so rapidly. Luckily, Bringo was already on the ground and running, so we were not looking for an opportunity or looking for a solution at that point. We just got stronger with our B2C model. So everyone who was already ordering from us expanded their grapevine and told all of their family and friends that they could rely on us to deliver food to them every day. We are also in a position where we had to downscale at that time. So many of our employees used to come to work from far away. So we were a small set now. We were 12 before, and then at the time COVID hit and people couldn't come to work anymore, we scaled down all the way down to 4. I was working from home because I'm about 14 kilometers away from the office. So it was kind of impossible for me to walk and then walk back. And several of us had that issue. So we had an employee who was actually camping out in the office. Luckily, our office has showers and, all that. So it wasn't so uncomfortable for them. But back to the B2C model, our business grew over 900% when lockdown hit, and we got on-ground experience of how to handle our business running at optimal, speed. So we also got very close to our customers because we would just do our KYC and call up people and find out how they're doing and how they're coping, especially because our older customers are expats and a lot of them were now stuck and they were panicking and a lot of them were alone. So we would just give them calls and find out how they're doing and check on them. And we would end up talking for 20 minutes, 30 minutes with each person and couldn't fit enough calls into the day. But I also found it refreshing, connecting to our people that way. People who are still with us today, even though they can go out and buy vegetables for themselves. Also, we saw a huge turn in Uganda, people turning towards e-commerce, and it was not so before. Really, we were one of the pioneers. So people like Jumia and other, like maybe restaurants and people like that, they now started to experience more e-commerce, business coming through e-commerce. So that's another huge change that happened in Uganda, because of COVID. Really, it took us a little while to adjust, but we did adjust, and now we're seeing, the snowball effect just continuing.
Yeah, I think what you've mentioned as well, just talking to your customers during the time, because no one knew what was happening. No one knows what's really happening. So I mean, it's the few that remain with you when things are tough are the ones that you remember when things are better. So as an entrepreneur, I think it's a very important lesson that even if the customer is not giving you money at that time, just give them a call, give them an update of things, what's happening, because they will remember that in the good times as well.
Sure.
For me, I mean, at first, we nearly never talked, but now, Lysandra, thank you very much. We had uninterrupted 15 minutes, and I'd like to say once again, congratulations to you and the team over at Bringo Fresh for being nominated. Let's keep in touch, let's collaborate, and welcome to the AfroLink community at large. So thank you very much for coming onto the show tonight.
Thank you too. Thanks for the opportunity.
Okay. Cheers.
All right, have a good night.